Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
I'm Rachel, Scott's girlfriend.
And I'm Scott.
And we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. And then right here is where we play the music that Scott usually puts it over when I was talking, and it just kind of clashes.
I know.
It really annoys for that.
Yeah. Oh, does it really? Keep doing it.
Yeah, Rachel's listened to the show, allegedly.
I listened for a little, and then I was like,
I don't even listen to the show.
Listen.
Yeah, Rachel's listened to the show more than you have, Diaz.
That's probably true. All right. This episode is brought to you by Electromotive Sound Co. Go to electromotivesound.com. Check out what they're offering. If you haven't checked out a Clone V3, you've got to. It's phenomenal. And I mean, it's my favorite clone. I've played a few of them.
I mean, there's been a lot of clones on the market lately.
Yeah.
But this one's unique. You should definitely check this one out.
I love the kick into the higher gain.
Yeah.
It's nice. All right. And also this episode is brought to you by Patreon supporters, patreon.com/theeffectsloop. Listeners like you, but give us money. So they're better than you, and you can be better too. Go to patreon.com/theeffectsloop.
You can be better too.
Woof. You can be better too. It's like you can be better too. Like there's another one. What's new with you, Scott?
I got some pedals.
Yeah.
After a long year of not buying guitar pedals, one I bought months ago finally showed up, and then one I bought recently showed up.
Okay, hold on. One you bought months ago finally showed up. Was it like just it was on back order?
It was like pre-ordered. It was supposed to be delivered in October. And then it was supposed to be delivered in November, and then I still actually haven't gotten a shipping notice for it, but I finally have one in hand. It's the skeleton key.
Oh, okay.
I believe we covered this on the podcast a
Who
few
is
times.
It by again?
Funny Little Boxes. It's a small builder out of the UK. Again, I will reiterate, I waited a long time, and there were many false promises of when it was delivered, but very affordable. It's Queens of the Stone Age in a box.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what all right, Queens of the Stone Age in the box.
And it's also pretty affordable. So okay, this literally showed up while we came back from Michigan and then drove somewhere else, and it was like it arrived.
I don't like the color.
She doesn't like the color?
She doesn't like the color. It's red.
Yeah,
red. Okay. I don't like what let's see.
And then another one just showed up. This one also from the UK.
I love how it says, well, I can't read that, but
that's a skeleton key.
Oh my god, I thought that said red. The font's weird. Something red. I need glasses.
Do you need glasses?
Yeah, I think I might.
Oh, no. And then this is the other one that we'll talk about in a minute here, but Hudson Electronics released the Broadcast AP Mark II.
Oh, yeah.
It's so pretty. It's blue.
Rachel likes blue things.
I love blue. It's so
okay.
pretty.
So this is, we'll talk about that in a minute, but also, again, this showed up literally the day I left to go on vacation. Today is really our first day of doing nothing back around. So we're just catching up on life, and I still have another day before I go to work. So
yay.
Yeah. So whenever Rachel needs to go feed her cat, that's when I'll probably plug in guitars and play.
I have to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to go to work.
Yeah, I took an extra day. I'm it's been too busy of a season.
I kind of I did a little bit of running around for work, and then like over the weekend I had stopped by a few stores. But like didn't do a whole lot, so I kind of
phoned
dabbled,
it in.
Phoned it in for the past few days.
That's a good way to do it. But you also got an incredible what's new.
Oh, my what's new is phenomenal. So for Christmas, I was asked what guitar I wanted, and I even put in the chat room, if you're a Patreon supporter, you get in our little chat group, and I was like,
you already talked about that guitar.
No,
I didn't. You talked about the Epiphone already.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not talking about that one. Okay. So I put in the group that like, do you ever feel guilty for asking for like a ridiculous guitar that you feel is like way too much? And everyone's like, nope. I was like, okay. So I was asked what guitar I wanted, and I got it. It's the Ultra Luxe Fender Telecaster, the Seafoam, the Trans Seafoam Green. This thing's sick. So it's got the augmented D neck, satin neck.
Oh, it's like an asymmetrical carve.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then it's got stainless steel frets. The really cool. So one of my favorite little cosmetic things, the binding is tortoiseshell.
Ooh.
So that matches the tortoiseshell pick guard. And I can't find one. I want a tortoiseshell strap to go with it because I feel like it would just tie in like perfectly.
Oh.
Like, so what's the Rocket music straps company, whatever?
Haley's
Haley Smith's company. They were like, what type of straps? I was like, I want a tortoiseshell strap. And they're like this, and they put a tortoiseshell pick, and I haven't said anything yet. So maybe they might make one. So I did get that for Christmas, and that was phenomenal.
Nice. Did we talk about getting the mystery stocking last time we connected?
I don't think so. I saw in the chat room what you got.
I have fully divested myself of the entire mystery stocking, but it gave me the most worship leader guitar strap I've ever seen, which is pure denim.
Pure denim. That's a Kentucky thing. That's a Kentucky. What do they call it? A Tennessee tuxedo.
I always heard it called a Canadian tuxedo.
How do you feel about denim?
Tennessee tuxedo, Canadian tuxedo. It's like kind of in between.
Yeah.
So
now you can quad.
You can wear a denim strap with your denim jacket.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So my sister with her kid, he for the longest time, he would get into something, and so like, you know how like he was super into cars and Lightning McQueen, so he had the Lightning McQueen sweatshirt and the hat, and so they started calling him double dorking or triple dorking whenever he wore 2 or 3 of those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So that would be quadruple dorking.
Quad dorking.
Quad dorking.
That's what we're calling
the quad dorkex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I felt personally attacked by that. All right.
I think, but that was pretty much what I got. Yeah.
You just got like
in like a Need for Speed game on the Xbox.
Oh, and you also got Red Dead Redemption recently.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, I saw the receipt. You paid $20 for it.
No.
Diaz's Xbox Live account is.
Oh, no. That's not mine. That's Jude's.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah. No, I didn't. Sorry.
So periodically I get an email. It's like, you spent $20 on Fortnite. Or.
Well, it was like he needed an email address, and then he just like somehow that we ended up using that, and now I'm like, can we change it? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh, this is dumb. I'm just gonna block Microsoft from sending us emails.
Yeah, we could just unsubscribe from it or something.
Huh?
We could just unsubscribe from it.
Yeah, I do think it's absolutely hilarious. Keeping track of his spending though, because he spends dumb money on games.
Yeah, you get to call him out on it.
He spent like $50 on Fortnite things. I was like, what? I don't know. But anywho.
Anyway, I want to dive into some gear news here because we actually, surprisingly, there's a bunch of stuff that we kind of missed at the end of the year, which was, let's just say to me, it's surprising that so many things came out after Black Friday.
And before NAMM.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird time where usually there's not a whole lot of releases, but let's go. All right, so we'll start with Stone Dead Effects Rise and Shine pedal. This thing looks trippy.
It does. This is a really trippy pedal. Takes an octave up fuzz, adds a tremolo for it.
Yeah.
So it just warbles and makes all sorts of noise.
It's like the Beatles tried to do the Mummy. It's literally what it looks like. That looks like the little bug on the Mummy that was flying around. What
was the name for that genre? Like Tame Impala got sort of incorporated into it.
The genre of what? Movies?
Psychedelic rock.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's the term
psychedelic rock?
I was looking for. Psychedelic rock and thing. It's got 2 different voicings. You can go between a bright and a fat mode. And actually the LEDs change color, so it goes from orange to blue, depending on which mode you're in. You can turn on and off the octave. What else can we see in this? The tone is a unique hybrid seesaw EQ, meaning it adjusts the high pass and the low pass at the same time. A similar one was like, remember the Pelotar way back in the day?
Yeah.
Did that kind of a thing. Coming in at $275, it is kind of a tougher pedal to wrap your head around.
Yeah, that's expensive. I mean, so it's not like it's kind of a one-trick pony in my opinion, just where the sense. I mean, you can do the octave.
Well, you can change you can change the voice on the fly. You can change the mode. So it is a multi-mode pedal, but like, for, you know, the average price, you know, being about $225 in this kind of market now, you know, $275 is kind of pushing it a little.
How about this? The best thing is for my style of playing.
Yes.
It would be something I use sparingly. This might be something that a like, you know, like a sludge guy or like that real heavy doom guy might really want to spend the money on. Might even be something that a bass player would want to spend some money on. But $275 is expensive. I mean, this is honestly, in my opinion, I would only be spending like $175 to $200.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of what we have existed with fuzzes. I do wonder with like inflation stuff kind of cooling off and everything, are we going to start seeing pedal prices come back down, or will that $220 sort of be the norm price, or will it slowly trickle back to the $180 that it was sort of pre-pandemic?
I don't see it going back.
Yeah,
I really don't. I don't see there being enough competition. I think what's going to happen. I think what happened was these builders were, you know, barely making it as it was, and inflation happened. They had to jump their prices up. Scarcity of parts, you know, the cost of everything jumped up. They had to bring their prices up. And if things go back down, I honestly think that the builders are going to leave everything where it's at, and they might actually be able to make a little bit better money. Yeah. Which I don't blame them, because the whole thing is once they condition the market to accept this price, it's not like their cost is going to go down so much where they're going to be like bending us over and taking all of our money to the bank. You know what I mean? They'll just be able to actually to do a little bit better. So, because I have a feeling, I mean, because a lot of these, you know, guitar builders, their profits aren't even what they were before. And from what I understand, because look how many builders are struggling to make it, have, you know, laid people off. They you know, things have gone down. So I think if the cost of goods is going to go down, I don't see the cost of the pedals. I think if their building cost is going to go down, even if that goes down, think about their rents going up still. So I don't see the cost going down. I think we're gonna have to get used to it, and it's getting to be one of those things. But I'm just saying, $275 for a fuzz, an octave fuzz, while it's got a little bit more, it's not aimed for the style I use that I'd be willing to pay that money.
That's fair.
So,
well, how about I was looking up the price and trying to find it before we actually got into it, but DoD is coming back out with the Gunslinger MOSFET distortion. We all know this pedal. It's been around since probably we all started playing guitar, but it went out of production for a while, so it's back. I did not see a price on it, though. Yeah,
I don't know. Let's see, buy now. Let's see who has it. Sweetwater, shop now.
Wait, are you just
$109.99?
Are you just talking about pedals today?
We'll talk about guitars, too.
Oh, okay.
We'll get the fun stuff soon.
Okay.
Sorry, these are less pretty. What do you think about these knobs? I like these knobs.
They're too big.
Do you not like the two knobs being bigger than the other two knobs?
Okay,
like,
Scott,
would you
the
prefer
top
they all
knob
be the same?
is bigger than the bottom knob. I don't like that.
So, but the reason why they do that is because the top two knobs are ones that you're going to change more, and the bottom two you don't change as much. So they're smaller, and you don't.
So it's common that some people will actually take their foot and adjust them while they're playing.
Well, shouldn't we make these things cute? Like, if you're gonna pay $222, what? I mean,
well, this one's only $110, so it can be less.
Well, then I guess it can look like that. Then
all right,
you get what you pay for. So.
See, this is what's fun about you being around. It's like this is the new perspective, because like every DoD pedal looks like this. It's just a different color.
I don't even know what DoD means.
I don't think
does anybody?
Oh, let's see. Hold on. Let's call Philip really quick.
Love Philip.
So it has like this painted thing. So like there's a yellow one, there's an orange one, and all that changes is basically the text right here and then the color.
Why?
Because DoD has been making pedals like that since the 90s.
Named after their co-founder, David O. DiFrancesco.
Oh, DoD.
Oh. Well, maybe he should fix the knobs.
So, because Digitech...
Like, I mean, if I'm going to spend $100-something, I would like the knobs to look aesthetically pleasing. And it's just not doing it for me.
But so you can change the knobs.
You can change the knobs.
Yeah, you can buy your own knobs that you like. So like that's the thing about the knobs is they're not usually like you're not usually stuck with them unless it's an EHX pedal and they have the smooth knobs where it's part of the pot and it's horrible.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Like I have a few pedals I can run her through different knobs and see what she hates, but let's not.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother episode. That's the knobs episode.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, because I mean, I don't think we really need to talk much more about that.
No.
Oh, that looks like your other one.
That is exactly my other one. So Hudson Electronics has updated the aerial post-in model of the broadcast to add a germanium side. So now there's actually 2 circuits operating independently, cascading into each other.
Is that the one from London, England?
It's from England, yes.
Okay. Not London. Okay.
That's the one that was waiting on him.
Yeah. So there's the silicon diode and that has a transformer built into it of the original AP, and now there's a germanium boost circuit on the other side.
So is there no tone knob on this thing?
It's internal.
Oh.
So I believe there's 4 different trim pots inside that you can adjust. That is one, like the old broadcasts all had an internal trim pot in them too for gain, or there's a few different things that you can adjust on the inside of them. The AP was the same way, which is a little annoying, but it is kind of one of those where like, look, it just sounds best here, just leave it, but you can adjust it if you want to. I
think someone should just do a mod and put all the trim pots on the outside, on the top.
Actually, depending on how much free space is in here, that's not that hard of a mod to do.
See,
right. You could do that. Great. Now I've got his brain spinning.
Yeah.
Whoever made this gets it. Like, look at that. This is just so beautiful.
Look at it.
Would you look at that?
Well, I got some grievances with it.
I don't. It's beautiful. It's blue. The knobs are even. Very pretty.
It's very pretty. It's really even. They do this nice kind of laser printed thing that they paste on it instead of doing printed graphics.
Right.
Love that.
So, and they do a send and return on the back, so you can put stuff in between the 2 circuits.
Don't know what that
Right.
means, but
Or you can run it through a looper.
Yeah, and have them be independent channels. My grievance is, so they have those rubber feet.
Yeah.
That you can have on the bottom of the pedal.
What's wrong with that?
They put them on.
Well,
oh no, you don't want them to put them on. You want them sent separately, so that way you can decide if you want them on there. Because 90 to 99% of guitar players are putting it on a pedal board, and the rubber feet are pointless.
Yeah, so these actually interfere with the Velcro. So what I'm going to do, if I actually put this on my pedal board, I'm actually going to have to take these off.
Right, and that removes it from like some people might, and then you don't know. Some people might have a grievance with that it doesn't have the rubber feet on it.
Yeah. I'm trying to show her. Yeah, so like.
Well, just keep the rubber feet. And if you ever decide to sell it, you can just put a little small dab of super glue and.
Yeah, or rubber cement would probably be the
best way to go.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. If it's crazy expensive from a UK, since it's a UK thing, best advice is if you are interested in anything Hudson Electronics, the loophole is buy it from Anderton's.
Yeah.
Because then you avoid VAT, and their shipping's like $25, but at the same time, a pedal like this or some things, sometimes it buying it from the UK becomes a better option. I think you save about $100. Literally, I think I saved $100 by buying it through Anderton's than buying it through the US.
Probably.
So there you go.
All right, moving on to the next thing. So Crazy Tube Circuits has the high power.
It's a high watt and a pedal.
Oh yeah, because David Gilmour's "Wish You Were Here" tones. It's always, no matter how you can turn it in, David Gilmour, they're going to.
I don't like the color.
I like the color.
Mm-mm.
You don't like the British Racing Green?
I don't. But the knobs are nice.
You like the knobs? Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the number of knobs?
I love it.
Okay, you like 10 knobs? Because that's kind of intimidating, isn't it?
I like it.
I think it's great.
Because you got 2 channels.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah, you've got 2 channels. If you look at the different color of the fonts.
Gotcha.
Power.
I mean, I would buy it just to put it in my apartment as a decoration. I think it's pretty, except the color.
So it's 235 pounds, which translates into $300.
Okay.
That's worth it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Beautiful decorative knob thing. I love it.
It does have an effects loop on it.
Yeah.
Send and return, which is
They
great.
just need to change the color, and I'm all in.
Change the.
All in. I'm serious.
All right.
It's a great color.
It's really pretty.
All right. So let's move on to cattle and bread sinkhole modulated reverb. Okay. What do you think about this design?
Rachel, I think you get first crack.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I take it back. I'm getting that one.
How do you feel about the knobs?
I love the knobs.
Nope.
Yep. See, you fell for it.
What
Yeah, you walked right into it. I don't like those smooth knobs.
You just fell into a sinkhole.
Oh.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, it's the name of the pedal.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes you're funny.
Don't tell them that, please.
Okay.
We do not
All right.
need
At $199, this pedal is modulated reverb.
Yeah. Which is great.
Awesome.
I mean, $200 for modulated reverb isn't bad.
No, it's a 4-voice chorus modulation, so it can really get out there. Normally, you only have a 2-voice on a chorus. So
I don't like pink, but that's pretty. I mean, they got me hook, line, and sinkhole. So
I hope they put that on the pedal. They're like, they've got me hook, line, sinkhole. Yeah. Rachel, Scott's girlfriend from the Evox podcast.
I'm kind of mad because I was going to make a pink hole joke, but she kind of went right there. Yeah, because but I still don't like the smooth knobs. Not on this. I don't like those are definitely the smooth knobs I don't like. Yeah. They just seem cheap. Like honestly, I just want to walk over and push it and break it over.
So a few notes. It is buffered bypass, so you have trails, but you can move it into a true bypass mode. Rachel somehow, I think, is getting up to do something.
I'm going to get.
So they've got
She's getting a piece of candy. She said that off mic. We'll see what happens here.
Keep us updated.
Like, we'll be back.
No.
Okay.
I want candy. What type of candy are you getting?
So the other thing to note, it is you can run it at 9 or 18 volts to get more headroom on the preamp. I wouldn't also be surprised if it is actually a true analog chorus. That could be a factor in there.
Yeah.
So
this is, I mean, it looks great. I'm sure it sounds phenomenal. Just the knobs suck. All right, let's keep moving. Because I will not let go of the fact that.
Yeah. I can't remember if we covered this last week or not, but there is a special version of the Tumnus coming from Wampler. It's sold out. Good luck. It's gone.
I don't know if we talked about this, but it's gone. The prices have gone ridiculous, and literally there's been videos where everyone's like, you can't hear the effing difference, and people are talking about modding their regular Tumnus to have the germanium, and just stop.
Well, an interesting side product was Analog Mike Piera came out and he said, oh, by the way, I have a stash of these magic diodes that everyone's been after. I'm not going to make a clone.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not using these or anything, but if someone wants to send in their like Centaura or another clone pedal, we'll mod it for you.
Yeah. So that is kind of crazy that Mike just was like, yeah, we'll start modding them. I wonder how much that's going to cost.
It's also just kind of cool to see how Mike just doesn't gouge people. He just charges what he charges and just keeps going.
Yeah, I need to go look at the list again, see how far I'm getting.
You're probably a year or two out still.
Probably, but I'm hoping that at some point people just forgot about it and the list moves really fast at one point.
Yeah, or I've heard the flip market has actually kind of started sinking on them.
Good.
So that could be a factor too of like people going, oh, well, it's not really worth the flip anymore.
Yeah, I want one to have one now. I had one, sold it to you, and then I want one to have one and just keep it. So
well, and I sold yours after I had it because it was basically a free trial for me.
Wow. May 16th, 2018,
and then I bought a real one where my number came up.
That's
we're 5 years in at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
That's how long the wait list is for this pedal.
For that one?
No, for a different one.
The
5.5 years
that?
right now.
The one we're talking about and alluding to without ever saying the name.
The last time it moved was November 17th. So I'm guessing he had a good Christmas.
The pedal that shall not be named?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The King of Dawn.
Okay.
I'm 6'6", 19.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we're around the same time.
I'm about a year away. So.
All right, let's move on to the last and probably the biggest announcement of closing out the year.
Yes.
And also a really controversial one. So let's just hover on this one for a minute.
It's stupid to be controversial.
But let's get into it. After long last, Kemper has come out with the Kemper Profiler Player Stomp Box.
Yes.
So it's a stomp box size version of the Kemper amp modeling technology. If Rachel needs to know what a Kemper is, that's a Kemper.
Yes.
That thing?
This green one right here.
I can't see it.
Okay.
You're in the way. Oh, that's big. I don't like that.
Okay, so now they made it smaller, but it's only
now it's this big.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so but the thing is a lot of the stuff that's in the big Kemper is not in this. So the big Kemper has the ability to profile an amp, which this doesn't yet.
Not
yet. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly they're working on trying to get that working. Here's the thing with all these higher end products is this is guitar computer territory again now, right? It's no longer a little circuit, it's a whole computer. They're talking about updates, they're talking about lots of things. But to get it down to this form factor, they struck a lot of the inputs and outputs from it. So there's a lot of plugs and things that just physically can't fit on it. They only have 3 foot switches on it. Technically, there's 5 foot switches because you can hit them simultaneously and have them do something.
Also, you can also expand.
Mm-hmm.
You can add 2 foot switches on the side. So actually, I would say 7.
But there's also no screen on it now, where the Kemper had a screen. It's so you're really dependent now on using the connected apps to use it. They've stripped out a number of the more advanced effects that are built in on the big boy that came out over time.
Yep.
So there's only like 100 effects or whatever now, where there used to be more. And you can only run 4 effects, whereas before you could run 8.
I love how you're looking at me, talking to me like you think I know what any of this means.
Look, I need another human in the room to actually make this like a conversation.
Okay.
Right. So
you're
he's talking to you, but really talking to me. He's looking at you, but I'm the one. All right. So here's the thing. There's been in another complaint I heard there's no effects loop. Okay. First of all, there really doesn't need to be one in the sense of unless you're really needing to put something before the last 2 the effects that come after the amp and cab, because like it doesn't matter. You don't need to have your effects in between your amp and your speaker, because most people on the Kemper, and this was the thing I was telling people, is a lot of people whenever they would do their effects loop on their Kemper would put it in the X slot, which is after the cabinet.
Yeah,
so,
you never could put something between the amp and the cabinet on
the Kemper,
unless you used like the Kemper cone or one of those kind of things, which this also supports, by the way.
Yes.
The last comment I just introduced this is it comes in at $700, I believe. It's $700 or $800.
$700. Oh, okay. 7 and some change.
Which is the exact same price as the Line 6 Stomp.
But the thing is, you're getting different things in the sense of, I mean, you're getting the same basic thing, but I can see where people wouldn't want to pay for it. I want to pay for it because I liked the sound of the Kemper. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it sounded amazing.
And you already have there is already such a lot. So it runs the same captures that or profiles that are already out there. And
the smartest thing they could have done with this though is made it compatible with the remote. It could have given you a screen.
Yeah.
could have expanded foot switches. If they would have made it compatible with the remote, that's where they would have like killed it.
Yeah, it is MIDI capable through the USB port, which is going to be a tricky
but that
thing
requires a
people are
lot
gonna
of programming for you. And also Kemper was never really great with MIDI in the first place. And
I never had much problem with it. It worked good with the Morningstar stuff because Morningstar had the library of everything. And but yeah. Okay. So the natural there's two things that have been brought up. That it doesn't have as many available effects as running a stomp. And the I/O is a little challenging because one of the disappointing things is it only has one XLR output.
please.
It can run stereo through the TRS monitor outs, but they actually chose to add an XLR out, which takes up a ton of space. And that's one of those areas where I'm like a little curious. Why didn't they just say the whole dang thing is TS and have a nice day?
Yeah, I could see that. I do understand though there where you're getting a lot of the direct out with like acoustic players, bass players. Like that would be the thing that don't really care to going stereo. And even then, there's this whole thing with guitar players going stereo. I don't see the big point in going stereo. I do go stereo with my LT at church, but personally I could go either which way and not care. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's I think the fact that like people getting this upset about it though is cracked me up, because it's like if you're not even going to buy it, why are you getting upset about it?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of people who are upset that it's as expensive as it is, given that the Tonex comes in at $400.
Yeah.
Because actually the Tonex can't do capturing either. You have to do something else with it. You have to use another device to do the capturing. But the Tonex also doesn't have any effects built into it. And then you flip that with the Stomp people, where the Stomp's the same price, but the Stomp can run more effects at the same time.
The Stomp can run more effects than the Stomp, but the Stomp is also, it's modeling, not profile. It's not. And that's the thing that too. And also if you look how many free profiles are on the profile marketplace.
Oh yeah. I mean,
that's
it's such
another thing.
You have 10 years plus of people already capturing pretty much every amp that exists on the Kemper platform, whereas Tonex is slowly catching up. But you have really established players, and also just be honest, you have a sellable market in the format, which incentivizes people doing the capturing. So you have the Tone Junkies, the Michael Britts, those kind of people that are actually making money doing all those captures, so it's incentivizing them doing a very consistent and good job with it.
Right.
So I could see, had this come out 3 years ago, before I got a Quad Cortex and I still had my big board as my daily rig, this would have been perfect. Yeah. Because the other reality is, yes, I could run stereo out of this and then into some stereo reverb or something separate as well.
Right.
And at that point, $700 wouldn't have been that crazy of an idea. But nowadays with the Tonex existing, and since I run my own amps anyway, like I capture my own amps, the $400 price point's more attractive. It's a hard the reality with something like this is to get it this small at this price point, it's full of compromises. And there's people where that compromise, they feel like they did it wrong. Whereas they're looking at the flagship product that can just do so much.
The thing that, and that's the thing. That's like, people don't really like the name. This isn't like the Profiler Compact. This is the Profiler Player. This is made to just go out and play. Like all the pictures that they show don't integrate this in a pedal board. It's literally something that you can sit down, plug in, and play, and you've got a whole rig.
Yeah,
and like that's the thing too. So I honestly feel like what people do is they see this, they don't like the price, which is understandable, and then all they do is try to tear it down to justify it to themselves.
I don't know. I honestly think a year ago, if you would have told them, "Hey, we're going to make the Kemper a pedal size for $800," people would have said, "Yes, give it to me now." But that's what taking too long for a product to come out does to the market.
Which is true, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I honestly think that this is going to start hitting boards. And and people are going to start really going to it.
I guarantee you, anyone that's using a pedal board with a Kemper is going, oh, cool, my rig just got a lot simpler. I'm buying one of these.
Right. So this is definitely, because honestly, like, if I'm going to run this thing, which I plan on, I want to get one. This is where I want to end up at some point. I'm going to keep the LT and I'm going to save up, and I'm going to, I want to get one of these, and I want to do a hybrid board. Like, think about like the effects that you're going to use in this. Like, use your like studio compressor. Use stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then
realistically on this, I would say most people are probably going to use the delays and reverbs and call it a day.
Yeah.
If they don't want to go full Strymon.
Right.
And then that's the next step is you go to the full Strymon.
Yeah.
So.
Unless Kemper comes out with a multi-effects.
They could.
Yeah, but no one's going to Kemper for the effects.
No.
They're just happy that the effects have gotten better on it.
Yeah. I will just kind of close this out with not having a screen makes the tuner really weird because you actually can't see what note you're on.
Yeah.
And then the last part I would just say is you're really dependent on the app to control everything on this thing. Mm-hmm. Yes, there's some accessible controls on it for quick EQ changes, but generally I think the whole idea of this is you dial it in at home and you play it there. This is not something you dial in a gig situation, and you might have somebody who didn't prepare enough for a gig and is stranded and struggles with the thing.
Yep.
So.
And they're going to say it's horrible. It's like, no, you weren't prepared.
But the other reality is on the big boy Kempers, they suck to adjust too. The app is really the way to do it anyway.
I mean, it was really tough before. I had a Kemper back whenever they didn't even have the desktop. Like, it was just straight up, you use the Kemper. So.
All right. Shall we run through guitars before we call it a day? And
yeah.
Oh my God, y'all have more to talk about? Y'all just talked about pedals for like an hour.
No, we haven't even been on for an hour yet.
How long has it been?
It's been 53 minutes, including the pre-app, babe.
Okay, that is so close to an hour.
But like, that's not an hour of the episode.
Well, do you want to just talk about one guitar for like 7 minutes?
No, we're just gonna go fast, and you're gonna say which ones you think are pretty.
I can do that.
All right. So Epiphone joins Gibson's certified vintage lineup with 5 Holy Grail models to celebrate 150 years of the brand and style. So this is just 5 Epiphone models
that are going to be expensive.
Yeah. And they're not even super great.
That one looks like yours.
The Zephyr?
Yeah.
And the Sheridan? Yeah, it's of the same lineage, of my 335. You got the Coronet coming out again. So after everyone hyping up the Coronet.
It's going to come out and no one's going to want it.
Well, they came out with a cheaper model, I think. Mm-hmm. The other reality is Drew Shirley's not going around playing one anymore. So are those fanboys there anymore? You've got the Frontier acoustic guitar.
I'm seeing the prices now, and that's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, these are high end.
Wait, that one looks like that one.
$25,000.
What?
It's a bass. It's not a guitar.
I don't even understand. Okay, whatever.
The Casino is $25,000.
They all look the same.
Yeah, I'm going to be blunt. I don't know who's buying these.
I don't know. The Coronet.
These are basically custom shop guitars, aren't they?
Yeah,
Just with Epiphone on the headstock, and so people,
they must have been built by Bill Epiphone. About it. Nobody's buying these things.
Yeah,
don't buy it.
All right. Speaking of things, well, people are buying this next thing. We're gonna keep just if you want to look at the prices, they're ridiculous. But the final guitar in the Adam Jones Epiphone Les Paul Custom Art Collection is out, and it features Mark Ryden's Queen Bee. Out of all of them, I love this one.
I haven't liked any of them.
No.
This is the one I actually wanted to buy. This one.
No.
Yeah.
Rachel doesn't like it.
I do not like it.
I'd play this at church.
So this was a series. It was limited to 800 guitars. They sold out instantly, I think.
No, these are still for sale. You can go right now and buy one.
Okay.
I mean, how does it sound?
Like a Les Paul.
It sounds great. Yeah, it sounds good.
Well, I guess it's not what's on the outside that counts, but the inside.
No, very realistically on this one, it's all about what's on the outside.
Yeah, that's the reason why they're doing
okay.
it.
Never mind, man.
It's because of what. Yeah, because they've got different artwork. This is the 7th style. The other ones were horrible.
They
Not
did a different
horrible,
series where they all had this painting on the back of them.
Yes, and they
also,
were usually pretty morbid.
And this one also violates the
Ryan Burke
rule of guitar art, which is guitar art needs to be the other direction so that it's visible when you're actually playing the guitar.
But this is on the back.
This is art designed to literally hang the guitar on a wall, like what I do.
I just
So,
think it's
but
tacky.
look, but the B on the front follows the rule.
It does.
So I would say, I mean, the back no one's going to see anyways. I think we found a loophole in the rules.
Yeah, if I played this guitar, that face would get all marked up from my belt buckle. So
I'd feel weird.
You broke your.
All right, let's see.
So, and more Gibson news, because we need more of these. Gibson has come out with a head-turning refresh of its most famous electric guitar, the launch of the slimmed-down Les Paul Modern Light. So every couple of years, they try to come out with a stripped-down Les Paul.
And this is ugly as shit. Makes me mad. Dot and like that. This looks. Remember those Baldwin?
Yep.
That's what it looks like. It looks like a Baldwin guitar.
Yeah. So here's the funny part: is $1,500 for this. So that's trying to make an American guitar as cheap as possible.
Yeah,
really.
I like it.
Oh, you like that? Versus an Epiphone is the same company's Chinese factories making a $1,500 guitar. So it's how fancy can a foreign-made guitar get?
Oh, okay.
And what tends to happen is at that point, honestly, the foreign-made guitar tends to be, unless it's intentionally hobbled by something they did, tends to be a better playing guitar than the American one.
My $850 Epiphone guitar is better playing than this Gibson. I can guarantee it. Plays better than this. Gibson, this guitar is for the drunk 55-year-old man who just has wanted a Gibson his whole life and will just do anything to have a Gibson guitar.
Well, to me, what's sad, so it's a 490R in the neck and it's a 480T in the bridge, which is the same pickup they throw on everything. Stats are the same thing they throw on almost everything. So no binding, dot inlays, flat colors.
No pickup covers.
Yeah, so this used to be the $800 guitar that Gibson tried to make.
Yep. Literally looks like the old Gibson. This is like lower than the Studio.
Yeah. And at $1,500, it's just not an attractive price point. And I know guitars have gotten more expensive, even though like the Les Paul Standard has kind of hovered around $3,000 and has actually come down a little bit. And I think it went back up. But like, you know, it's just not there for me. The value prop on this doesn't work for me. Other than having Gibson on the headstock, which
I hope it fails horribly and Gibson gets the point.
Yep.
I do. I hope that I hope I see those guitars on the Musician's Friend Stupid Deal of the Day.
Oh, you might. Like, remember when the M2 got so stupid cheap?
Yeah.
But it was also such a terrible guitar that it deserved it. So.
Yeah. That was like those Firebird F10s or whatever Yeah. It was just crap. And like literally these guitars are going to be like $750. They're going to be half off at every Guitar Center. And they're going to be like trying to give them away. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to happen. Next on the list, really quick, Neural DSP unveils the Morgan Amp Suite. Because they were teasing and everyone was like, oh, and then it was just more plugins.
I like it.
Yeah, okay.
It sounds fantastic. It's 3 amps in one package. So you have the AC20, the PR12, and what was the other model?
I don't know.
The SW50R. So that's a Dumble clean circuit is the SW50R. The PR12 is kind of a Fender Princeton kind of a vibe, and the AC20 is AC style circuit.
Yeah. How much is this?
I think it's $100 or $150 for the whole.
Okay, because the thing I'm looking at shows the Morgan Amp Suite is priced at £400 or whatever.
Oh, that seems way too expensive. But
hold on, let's look because that's what I was asking.
$109.
Okay. What is this? Guess. All right. Well, I'm glad that's not that expensive.
And here's the other thing to think about in all this. Okay. We're about to. I know we've been saying this for a while, but the Quad Cortex is about to start running plugins. They're going to start with the Pliny, but they also have said everything from here on out is now built on this platform that will be able to be ported in. So, this starts to become the DLC for modeling on the Quad Cortex here soon.
Which I can handle that. That'll be great.
But also considering that the you get 3 amps in this one versus like the Tone King one. The Tone King Imperial was just the Tone King Imperial.
That's interesting.
And it's an AC, a Princeton, and a Dumble in one package. I think a lot of people could get a lot of usage out of that for their home recording stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
all right, let's talk about this last thing.
The last thing where we don't see the value in it.
Ugly as sin.
Slash's new signature Magnetone has come out at long last.
Oh, this is the last thing. Hold on. We got confused. Hold on. There's something else. Anyways, go ahead.
No, that was just a really crazy. Oh, yeah, you just got a really long title there. So it is the Magnetone SL100 coming in at just under $5,000.
What in the world? I thought we were looking at guitars.
We're looking at guitar amps now.
Oh my god. Okay.
Rachel's so done with this podcast.
I'm so done.
Yep.
Has it been an hour yet?
It's
just over an hour. You're doing great, sweetie.
I'm getting hungry. So.
You're getting hungry? Okay. Well, I'll make dinner after this. So, one, it is the most Marshall-looking Magnetone you've ever seen. It is Marshall voiced. And it is so ridiculously priced. I know Slash stuff just sells like crazy.
Yeah.
But I just don't see why.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
Do you have a strong like? Oh yeah, this makes sense.
Of why it's cost so much and
or
why
just
it sells?
What's the draw of this other than just Slash's name being on it?
Slash was one of the first guitar. I mean, well, he wasn't one of the first guitar rock gods in that sense, but like he really. So especially with he made the Les Paul cool again. The Les Paul really wasn't big on that in that scene.
I get the draw of Slash.
Hold on. Okay. Are you talking about the Magnetone?
Yeah, about this Magnetone.
Oh, because it has Slash's name on it. That's the draw to it.
But like you can go get a you can get a Silver Jubilee from Marshall.
Yeah. Okay.
For much less.
Yeah. But this has Slash's name on it.
Okay.
Like that's literally the only he's got the name where he slap his name on it, it'll sell.
I know. You can get like 3 Marshalls for this price. So it's just ridiculous to me.
Well, and you got to think about it. The people who listen to Slash. Okay, so Slash is not. Okay, how about this? Slash isn't the guitar god of our generation. Like he's like
he's a Gen X guitar god. We know, like
right.
Yeah.
So and they're the ones with the money now. So,
but also like okay, so it comes with a matching 4x12 with Celestian vintage 30s that costs like $2,700 for a 4x12 with vintage 30s. It's just like it to me. It just feels like a gouging because it's like we know you'll pay stupid money. That's all. This just feels like a massive cash grab.
I mean, you don't know are these Magnetones hand built? Are they built in a factory? Are they?
Sure, but there's plenty of other people making a hand built Marshall circuit for half the price.
Maybe they're just really bad at managing their money and have to charge a buttload. I mean, I don't know their financial situation, or maybe they're driving Maseratis. I mean, honestly, the thing is this: we all know everything is worth what someone's willing to pay for it.
Yeah, I can't wrap my head around it.
Magnetone's customer base are people who can afford this stupid shit. Like, that's the whole thing. Is Magnetone has built their customer base. That, I mean, and they've built it in that area. I would say it would be different if Magnetone hadn't usually charged this much, but they've always been extremely high end. What's the amp company that worked out? What's this? Satellite Amps?
Satellite Amps is a company, yes.
But are they bougie?
Yes.
Is it who I'm thinking of? Okay. So prime example. All right, Milkman, another company. While some of those companies have catered down to people who don't make as much money, their general clientele is usually people spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on products.
Yeah.
So,
and Two Rock makes $5,000 guitar amps. I get that,
Okay.
Actually, they make more expensive guitar amps than that.
Right.
Totally. But
I would say the thing that, okay, are you talking about just Slash working with Magnetone?
the fact that, no, I get Slash working with Magnetone because
I
Marshall
don't
never
get
gave him
that.
a signature
That actually-
amp. Well, his
that's the
other
one
guitar
that throws
player
me off.
uses Magnetone amps.
Billy F. Gibbons is like their other guy.
Yeah. Also, just for comparison, you can get a Angle with Vintage 30 cab for half the price too.
Okay.
Because there's nothing special about a Vintage 30 from one company to another. The Vintage 30 is a Vintage 30. It's the same speaker.
It's the build quality of the cabinet at that point.
Yeah.
And the fact that it matches and has the same name.
Yeah.
But I just think that it's really weird that Slash worked with Magnetone. So
It's also stupid that Marshall has never made a signature Slash amp.
yeah, maybe they just never got along on the business side of stuff.
Maybe.
So
I mean, does Marshall have a signature anything with anybody?
Oh, Sarah's calling me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's see.
All right, moving on. Last thing, Graphtech has a new nut called the Unlock Nut for the future of guitar tuning. So it's supposed to allow. It's got a flared end on it, so it can do.
Oh, there has been a
Floyd Rose
Slash
stuff.
signature, Marshall.
Has there?
Yes.
I remember he was a promoter of the Mode 4 or whatever way back when.
The top 10 artists. Here's a list really quick. Top 10 artists. So there's the Slash 2555 SL. There's the Zach Wild 2203 ZW. The Jimi Hendrix Super 100 JH. The Kerry King 2203 KK. Randy Rhoads 1959 RR. The Lemmy Kilmister 1992 LEM. And Paul Weller lead and bass 1987 X-PW. Ooh, the Joe Satriani JVM 410 HJS, and the Yngwie Malmsteen YJM 100, the Slash AFD 100.
Just so you know, Rachel is now fully laid down in her chair. She is no longer participating in this episode.
And then Dave Mustaine had a cabinet. So anyways, so yeah, they have done a Slash Marshall.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, this Graphtech nut thing looks ugly as sin. I bet it works phenomenal.
I think it looks better than a locking nut.
For sure. Is this to replace a locking nut? Yes. Yes.
Rachel's laughing at me saying nut.
Oh, you know what? You know what? If you have problems with tuning your string tuning, you should get some nut sauce.
That's so funny.
But usually the one string that goes out of tune is your G string.
Yeah, the G string usually gives you problems, so you need to.
Yeah, it binds in your nut.
That's great.
Sorry, this is great.
She hasn't heard this joke 1,000 times.
So our listeners actually get to hear someone experience it for the first time as well.
So
That's great. Yeah.
Anyway, they've got 12-inch and 16-inch radius versions coming out. It's also only like $30, so it's actually a pretty cheap mod to your guitar. But if your guitar can take a nut that's that long.
Yeah, that's a long nut.
I realized it while I was saying it. Thanks, Rach.
Some nuts are bigger than others. This is the biggest nut I've ever seen.
I mean, can you take it, Diaz?
I don't know. Might be able to take a nut that big.
All right. Let's land the plane. I think we're done.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, we can also say in related gear news that Gibson has tried to cancel DiMarzio's PAF patent.
Yeah.
Or trademarks, and the double cream, which is the super distortion. So we might start seeing, which, it's been for a while out there, but since Gibson's had to do either black or the zebra pickup, to have white as an option now for pickups, actually, I think would look really good. So
yeah.
And it's going to piss off somebody who's like, it's only a DiMarzio super distortion. It's a signature look, and people will be mad about it.
No, I'm not. Shut up. Who freaking cares?
They're too old to listen to podcasts, so we're good.
Yeah, go yell at the clouds, old man. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. You can go to theeffective.com. It's got links to our Facebook group, our Instagram, our merch, our YouTube, our email, and our Patreon, which is patreon.com/theeffectsloop, because you need to know that one, because that one's important to us. Also, what's important to us is that you go check out electromotivesound.com. Support the people who support us. Do it now. It's after Christmas. Go buy yourself something now. It's okay.
Return all your Christmas gifts. Use the gift certificate, or use the money you got from that.
If you got a gift certificate, sell it for $15 less on Facebook Marketplace. Argue with like 17 people and then sell it, because you're gonna have 20 people saying that you're a scammer. Yeah, because you'd be like, "Oh, I've got $1,700 on my Home Depot card. I'll sell it for $1,500." And they'll be like, "Meet me at the store. My Aunt Susan works there." Anyways, but yeah, have fun with that. I don't know where that story was going at all.
I think you were just ending the episode. So have a great week, everybody.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Dictionary, why is negativity always drawn out? Picture every visualized love, energized lives together. We undefeated, a plan to make weathers, no gloves needed. When we weed into the mindset of achieving and believing in a community that remains happy. There's the after, the world should be one. Hate annihilated, every heart is one. Love again. So don't buy the hate.